Alright, how y'all doing? Short video today. I managed to put the sealer on the walls and the ceiling. I'm debating putting a second coat. You can see dull spots. See right here? That means it needs a little bit more. I got a few spots like that. Really, the whole interior could use another coat of sealer, and the purpose of the sealer, it seals the woods where water doesn't absorb it. All the sealer and stains done. I managed to put my doors back in. I did a little bit of work there. Still got to build all my trim for the entire cabin. Even the bathroom stained and sealed. But an update. Working on my 12-volt system. And this light is sun faded. I had 5 of these lights brand new in my sailboat. There's hardly any sunlight gets in that sailboat. It's been there for a year, brand new, sun faded, some of them. But I'm gonna go ahead and use them. It doesn't affect the performance. They're all LEDs. And this is my 120 light. Nighttime, daytime. Well, nighttime, but you get the idea. The red light's for if I'm navigating at night. Red doesn't obstruct your vision. It'll give a red glow in here. I'll still be able to see out the windows. That's the idea behind the touch red light. I didn't want a touch light, but that was the only thing I could find that was a red and white combo. Console is not in to the switch panel, so I'm just testing circuits right now. And I'll mark everything out. This is my interior light circuit, and this is my hot and ground. What I wound up doing is my main hot from my battery goes into my breaker box, and then I shared off the hot block because I'm gonna install a Perkle switch between the battery hot, just not right now. And my ground, I installed a grounding strip. This is the hot from the battery, and this is the hot that runs to the front console. I mean the ground from the battery. Ground runs to the console, and there's a temporary, I didn't splice my eye on for my fan, but everything else is wired. Well, the wiring is ran. I still need to run. This is my chart plotter, my backup camera, and I've got my USB plug. That needs to be wired in. I just didn't wire it in yet because the connections are open. I don't want to wire it and have a hot wire just sitting there. And also my TV wire. So TV, backup camera, and a USB charger, and my chart plotter is all going to run to my grounds here, and it's all going to run to my hots inside my 12-volt side. I got a piece of foam in there, and this is isolated and doesn't connect to the box. So even if I strike my positive wire against this box, it doesn't spark. But this is my 120 side and my 12-volt side. That's what I'm playing with today. I do have 2 batteries that are going in here with its own battery charger that's going to work up at 120 volts. I overlooked something. I forgot to pre-run my wires for solar in my walls because I don't have the wires. I overlooked it, so when it comes time for solar, the wires just come follow on the back wall, and I'm gonna make a penetration through that back wall to bring the solar wires in here. I would like to have had it in the walls, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. And of course, my 120 side is still working. But that's what I got going on today. The AC still kicking, doing its thing. I've got to make a diverter to divert the water. The rig up I have right now, it's a rig up, but it works. It's deflecting this water on here to go off the side where it doesn't put on my deck. The water I do have on the deck is from a rain shower. I got some shower drains installed on the front and rear. But what I plan on doing is making a tray right here that goes on a downward angle with a little piece of rubber hose pointing overboard eventually. This gap on each side allows the condenser fan, the evaporator fan, to suck cool air in and blow hot air out. And my AC is almost flush. I plan on covering this with a screen. I guess that's enough update for now until I get more going on. I just want to test out my 12-volt system. It's working fine. Before I could put the console in, I need to put in my flooring I bought. I'm not sure if I'm ready to put the flooring. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to build my cabinets and storage first. I don't have a pantry. In hindsight, what I should have done was made this cabinet another foot longer, or a little over a foot longer. I could have made a pantry here. I could have made my wires longer, and the breaker box would have been further over. Maybe that's what I should have done in hindsight, but I didn't do it, so it's too late now. So this space is going to be for like a cooler, an ice chest. I don't have a pantry. I did make stove storage, and I have 3 jars. It's going to be for utensils. This is going to be battery bank. 2 to 3 batteries are going in here, so I can't make a pantry in here. And on this side is where my water pump's going to be installed. I can't put no storage here because of the sink. So my only storage options, I'm not going to have much of a pantry, but I'm not going to be living here full time. It'd be like a weekend thing, so I don't need much storage for pantry. What I can do, when my futon goes here, I have to elevate my futon to compensate for my 20-gallon water tank. I believe my water tank is 16 inches high and my futon maybe 12 inches high. So I'm going to have to build a pedestal frame to lift my futon above that water tank. So when I do that, I'm going to have a storage bin. I made some extra tracks for sliding doors. This side, I'm planning on 1 sliding door just to give me access to the water tank and fittings and store some items. But on the front half is going to be open. I'm thinking I might do 2 pull-out jars. Maybe that would be my pantry. Another thing I'm considering, which I don't like the idea, I'm gonna put some storage shelves above here. Maybe some little cabinets. They won't be very deep. Maybe I could put food there, but I don't like having to go over the bed to get food. But I'm out of storage options. I don't want to block the view of this window. I can build a little rack right here. Actually all the way across, maybe that could hold canned goods, but my sink faucet is going right here. I was going to go here with the faucet, but I decided to go with jars instead. Now I probably have enough room with some 90s and fittings to where the faucet would clear the top of the jar, but that leaves the potential for something in the jar to turn and flip up and catch the fittings, and I don't want to rip a water line out. So I don't think I'm going to put the faucet there. I think I'm going to leave this area open and just designate the faucet here where I originally planned for it. Now, like I said, my storage options is very limited for food. I could always make a pantry, make a box that goes over the breaker box right here. Make a box and continue a leg down to continue this countertop. And it wouldn't look right to me with a gap in the plywood. I would have to buy another plywood to change the surface to make it continuous. I would feel better about that. Like I said, I'm undecided on storage options. That's what I got going on. I need to start planning my cabinets. I'm definitely gonna have a row of cabinets, whether it's a slide-in cabinet with a netting to hold plates in, or a sliding door. I'm not sure yet, and I'm gonna build something right here. That's also gonna hide my mistake. It's definitely gonna have a shelf here. Maybe something that comes down and goes all the way like a big L shelf. But I just hadn't got to that point yet of the planning. I'm more of a build as you go kind of guy. There's really no plans for this boat. Everything was in my head. I knew what I want to get done, what I need to get done. I just started building. The only thing I put on paper, which was recently, was my wiring. In order to figure out what amount of wiring I need, I drew everything out on paper for the electrical of where I wanted it. I determined what was going in the console to control, which the console spoke about in the previous video. All my navigation lights and interior. This is interior light, porch lights. This is rear flood, front flood, navigation red, green, and white, and my anchor light, the anchor light is also the white navigation, so probably just the red and greens will be in this switch, and the white's gonna be in this one. And when I park at night, I can just turn that one off and leave my white anchor light on. I'm gonna look into the maritime rules, see if a vessel this size has to have a separate anchor light. If it does need a separate anchor light, I have one I can install, but I did not run separate anchor light wiring. But there's something I can do to get around that, because all of my wiring is a 16-3. I only need 2 wires to run navigation lights, so there's an extra green wire in every one of these wires that's in here. So I could run this as the hot signal and share ground with the regular navigation lights, to where I could have an extra wire ran for an extra anchor and a separate anchor light. I'll update more when I got more, but that's what I got going on. I'm kind of happy with the stain, the way it turned out. It's not bad at all. The stain, the sealer. I really should put another coat of sealer before I go any further, but I think I'm going to call it good. It would take me a whole nother day to lightly sand and brush another coat of sealer on. Not that I'm lazy and don't want to do it. I got so much going on, and like tomorrow I have a job I have to go on, so I can't really stay up late tonight and do my work. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully the next video I have some more progress, but I think this is progress enough. And about this roof fan too, one thing I don't like is how close this knob is. You can't get a full turn because you can't fit your fingers in there. But the fan does work fine. It blows in and out. It does everything it's supposed to do. That's on high blowing in, low blowing in, and of course that's off, and then you can blow out, and that's on low, and it has plenty of suction. It drives out pretty good. And there's a $140 fan on Amazon. Nothing fancy. It does have a removable screen. But yeah, I don't plan on using the fan often. Just, you know, if you're taking a shower to help pull the moisture out, or if I'm cooking, it's going to drive the smoke from my kitchen to here. I considered to put another fan here, but I really didn't want 2 holes in my roof. But I do have another fan I could install right here above the stove, but I didn't worry about it because I do have this window. If I could operate it 1 finger. This window does crack open for cooking. I could always put that fan blowing air in and open that window only. Then all my cooking smoke and smell would draft out that window. But you know, the temperature has to be right for me to leave every window closed and just open that one. Alright, see you on the next one. Appreciate it.